4 in your math journal, Chapter 5 Vocabulary. Okay, we had a lot of new words this chapter, so we're just going to review those so that you remember what they are. Okay, remember we put a star by each new word. Okay, so the first word I want you to write is negative. Negative just means below 0. Next one, positive. And positive just means above 0. Okay, next word, integer. Okay, integers are numbers that can be written without a decimal or fraction. Okay, so they can be negative or positive. So to save space, I'm just writing a negative or positive sign. Negative, positive numbers that have no decimal or fractional parts. So examples of that would be -2, 0, -3, +5. Okay. Nothing with a fraction or decimal. Okay, next one, rational numbers. Okay, now rational numbers can be written as a fraction. Okay, there were two kinds. So under here, so rational numbers, there are two ways this can be done. So we're going to draw another star because these are, again, more words that you need to know. However, they kind of have to do with rational numbers. So underneath here, we're going to write terminating decimal. Okay, and a terminating decimal means that the decimal portion ends. Example, 2.45. It stops after the 5. The second kind we had was a repeating decimal. And here, the decimal portion repeats. So example of that would be 2.45 with a line over it. That means 2.45454545, so on. So that's the difference between a terminating decimal and a repeating decimal. Okay, something else that people forget that I want you to make sure you memorize the meaning of, and that's absolute value. So that would be our next one, absolute value. Absolute value is the distance the number is from 0. Okay, it's always positive. Because distance can't be negative. So example, if I'm doing the absolute value, remember they look like two big lines. Think of them like anything that goes in here comes out happy or positive. So the absolute value of -4 is 4 because it's 4 units away from 0. Or the absolute value of 2 is 2. It's 2 units from 0. No matter what goes in, it always comes out positive. Okay, these next ones have to do with graphing. Oh, one more before we get to the graphing stuff. Okay, opposite. Okay, an opposite has the same absolute value, or in other words, it's the same distance from 0. So it has the same absolute value, but is different in sign, meaning it's either negative or positive. So examples, -3 and +3. Those both have an absolute value of 3. They're 3 units away from 0, but one's negative and one's positive. Alright, now to the graphing ones. Okay, on the coordinate plane, the most important place for us to know is the origin. The origin is where the x and y axis cross each other. And that's at 0, 0. Next one, x-axis. It's the horizontal number line. And the y-axis is the vertical number line. Okay, next one is an ordered pair. Okay, it's the address of a point on the graph. And then in parentheses, x, comma, y. With the x coordinate, okay, the x coordinate would be the horizontal and the y coordinate being the vertical. Now these are the distance from the origin. So the horizontal position from the origin and the y coordinate the vertical distance from the origin. Just a couple more after this. Okay, next line. Okay, a reflection. Okay, a reflection is a mirror image. And it kind of looks like it's been flipped. So in parentheses, I'm going to write flipped. Across a given line. Usually we've been given the x-axis or the y-axis. But it's the same distance in the opposite direction from that line. Okay, that should do for all of the vocabulary words from Chapter 5.